Eden Hazard says he can do a lot better in the colours of Real Madrid. It's still very early days. What's your assessment of him so far, Steve?
Listen, he was always going to be under pressure. He didn't have a good pre-season. He wasn't fit to start the season. And when you come with such a big price tag, that's going to be a problem, because the only way you can get back to your best and be 100% fit, certainly match fit, is by playing games. And unfortunately for him, because of who he is and because it's Real Madrid, he's expected to be at his very, very best every time he touches the ball or steps on the field. That is impossible. It's impossible when you're not 100% fit to produce your best. And when you're expected to be completely and utterly outstanding all the time, are we surprised that we haven't seen that yet? I'm certainly not.
He's also said that he's not putting the pressure on himself as saying, I'm already a Galactico at this price tag. I'm coming in here to replace Ronaldo and it's all going to be fine from the beginning. Obviously, trying to take the pressure off his shoulders. It's difficult for him, isn't it? Because that pressure exists, particularly because of the place they're in at the moment.
Yeah, and that exists only because of where he is. Listen, I think of somebody like Kevin De Bruyne at City, was out, was injured, a guy who we know is world class and expect to be world class, but he can come back into City after being injured, come off the bench, start a game, get taken off, and just flow into it. Plus, he's in a side at Man City that are absolutely flying and go one way. They go that way. This team that Hazard is walking into is struggling to find its feet, in my opinion. Now, that might sound a little harsh because they're sat at the top of the league, but it's Real Madrid, as you said. And when you play for Real Madrid and when you watch Real Madrid, as a fan, you expect to see a certain quality. And that quality is not being produced by the whole team. So to expect a guy to come off the bench or to start a game when he's not 100% and have to raise the whole team's quality, that's a tough ask.
It's a very important phase of the season for Real Madrid and for Hazard individually. He's looked at the fixtures and he said, look, this Champions League game we've got against Club Brugge in midweek, he's saying, I see a big game for me at home, a lot of goals involved in the game, and he's really obviously tipping himself to put in a performance there. They then got Granada, who are the team right behind them in the league table at home. So 2 back-to-back games at home. Then they go to Mallorca and got Galatasaray away as well before the Clasico.
I think the key is these next 2 games. These are 2 games. Regardless of Granada, where they're sitting in the league right now, Granada, on paper, shouldn't be anywhere close to Real Madrid. And so for a guy like Hazard to play against Bruges and to play against Granada, this is the perfect opportunity to get yourself 100%, but whilst you're not 100%, to be able to produce enough to keep people off your back until you get to the level you can be. So I think more importantly, these next 2 games are key for him to do well, because eventually every player, regardless of how good they are, when you keep getting criticism, eventually it does get to you. And unfortunately, the longer it goes on, everybody jumps on the bandwagon and it becomes difficult, regardless of what you do, to get out of it. So these 2 games for me are 100% crucial for Eden Hazard, both from the fans' point of view and from a mental point of view from himself.
Yeah, well, Zinedine Zidane has given him his backing, unsurprisingly, I suppose, but at the same time, he's also been in that situation where he said it took him 3 months to adjust to life, switching leagues in his career. He'll certainly be hoping it's not that long for Eden Hazard to show his true colours in all white.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.